Thank you for joining me for 420 Spot's News in 420. I'm Sweet Lady Jane. 2 medical dispensaries came under attack in Billings, Montana last week, causing thousands in damage. Big Sky Patient Care was firebombed at around 5 o'clock on Sunday morning, and Montana Therapeutics at 4:30 on Monday morning. In both attacks, perpetrators broke a window using a rock, which was followed by a flaming, gasoline-filled beer bottle known as a Molotov cocktail. The words, "Not in our town," were spray-painted across the storefront of Big Sky Patient Care. The City Council was scheduled to vote last Monday on a moratorium on medical marijuana facilities. Many think this vote is related to the firebombing incidents. In the 7-hour meeting, the council motioned to move forward with the 6-month hold on new dispensaries. The Billings Police Department is working with the U.S. Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, and currently has no leads on suspects in the attacks. Dispensary owners say they have had no complaints, problems, or tensions since opening their doors. One of the dispensaries has security footage of the attacks, but has withheld the tapes from authorities until seeking legal counsel. Billings officials intend to continue towards a permanent ordinance regarding the marijuana businesses with very restrictive zoning. President Obama released last week a far-reaching plan to reduce drug abuse in the United States. The National Drug Control Strategy claims to address drug use as a public health issue rather than a criminal justice one. In the foreword of the strategy developed by the Office of National Drug Policy, a letter from President Obama states that drug use endangers the health and safety of every American, depletes financial and human resources, and deadens the spirit of many of our communities. This stark reality demands a new direction in drug policy, one based on common sense, sound science, and practical experience. He goes on to mention youth education, law enforcement, courts, and much of the same old criminal justice system, but does include funding for health and treatment centers. The strategy also claims that the White House does not support state efforts to legalize marijuana because prohibition is proven to reduce demand. This, however, has not been found to be true in places like Amsterdam, where cannabis has been legalized, actually reducing the usage rate among the youth. The Canadian Minister of Justice, Rob Nicholson, has signed papers to order the extradition of activist and publisher Marc Emery. Emery faces 5 years in the U.S. prison system for selling cannabis seed packets on the internet to United States citizens, a punishment that has been eased from a possible 20 years thanks to a plea deal. Whether or not they sympathize with the Prince of Pot himself, many Canadians feel sold out by their government in light of Nicholson's agreement to hand over a Canadian citizen to the U.S. justice system. After all, the Canadian government for years collected taxes from his sales of modest 10-packs of cannabis seeds. After a video of a botched SWAT raid on a Columbia, Missouri family went viral earlier this month, the city's police department faces backlash and repercussions. On February 11th, police forcibly entered the Whitworth family home to serve an 8-day-old search warrant for a misdemeanor marijuana violation. Over the course of the raid, 2 dogs were shot, one fatally, in the presence of Jonathan Whitworth's wife and child. The viral video footage has brought national attention to the Columbia police as they now wrap up an internal investigation. They have even received death threats from around the world. The department has initiated rules for conducting warrants within 24 hours, and Lieutenant Scott Young states, "We're always reviewing our tactics and methods to make sure we're safer for everyone." None of the officers involved have faced charges or disciplinary action. Their names have been withheld from the media for their protection. Thank you for joining me for 420 Spot's News in 420. Stay blazed!